Hi, I'm Lucia, and this is a picture of me in 1976 at General Conference when I was working with Reverend Gary Wilson on the Task Force on Racism report. That week, I was only wearing one hat. More often, I've been wearing two hats. I've been being church or movement or whatever, and a radio journalist at the same time. And that's what I propose to do if you'll help me go to the PAD conference this year. The only difference between the situation for African Americans now in MCC than in 1976 is that we have more people of color in positions of authority. But as we all know, in this post-Obama era, that doesn't necessarily change the underlying tensions. You could even hear at our general conference last year, you could hear the refrain, "Black MCC lives matter." Something's going on. This year's PAD is really going to be pivotal for MCC, and I think it's going to be emblematic of the situation for queer people of color in all PWIs, predominantly white organizations. See, we have a whole new language for talking about these issues now. A new vocabulary. We talk about intersectionalities. We talk about microaggressions, PWIs. A whole new thinking about race and class and gender and power. I'm learning how to apply it. I'm learning how to use it to examine where we are and where we might be going. And I'm very anxious to get to this PAD conference, to be a part of that, and to record that so that we can share it with others. And now, while I was getting all excited about that, I realized that on the way to St. Louis, I could stop off in Abilene and get interviews with Frank Zerilli and Franklin Calvin for our Founders MCC Oral History Project. We have really collected a lot of wonderful stuff so far. In fact, if you're in LA on July 22nd, we're going to be premiering a roundtable that we recorded with a bunch of early MCCers talking about those early days. Frank and Franklin have to be part of this oral history project. Frank, from the early 70s in MCC, his experience as a social justice coordinator in those early times, and of course, the lifetime he spent as Troy's confidential assistant. We've got to get Frank Zerilli's story recorded. Franklin Calvin, his husband, he was in the youth group at MCCLA in the early days. He was in the choir at the height of the gospel choir, along with me. We sang together so often. As an African-American man, he also has another perspective to shed on this whole, what we're going through now. He was one of the coordinators in the early 70s for black and white men together. So he's got some stories to tell that we really need to have part of this project. I don't want to spill the beans, but there are a couple of other MCCers, early MCCers in the St. Louis area, I'm pretty sure, and I might be able to get them recorded. I'm not going to say who because I haven't contacted them yet, but that's another possibility for this project. It's really rich. So, check out my little blurb on this page for more information, and please help me pull this project off, okay? Thank you.